Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, and we are joined by the manager for the Foresters, Bill Pintard. Coach, 2 games in the books. How would you judge your overall team's performance so far?
I think it's pretty good. We're 2-0, so I'm happy. The other day we really grinded it out, just like we did up there at SLO. Our offense has been a little slow getting going, and but I think hopefully it's our 3rd game. Maybe we'll break out a little bit. So I would like to see that today.
And talk about the offense breaking out. What do you think needs to change for that to happen here this afternoon?
Well, we need 2 out hits, and we get a guy on second base, and with no outs, we need to score him. It's just we need to do that because we put a lot of pressure on our pitchers, and I'd like us to score early because that takes pressure off of our pitchers, and they can be more relaxed, and they don't have to worry about giving up 1 run. I really want us to break out today because we don't want our pitchers to think they have to pitch perfect, and it's not a healthy environment to do that. So that's what I'd like to see today. And I think we got a pitcher. He's kind of he's young, but he pitches like an old soul. So he has a really good 5-pitch mix. And I used to say, if you have 5 pitches, you need to get rid of a couple of them. But he has all 5 of them. He throws a sinker, a 4-seamer, slider, a curveball, a cutter, and I think that's 5. So we'll see what he's got, though. And then we got two other guys that we haven't seen. They'll get some action today. And then we have a shortstop. Pompey's going to be in the game today, and that's how you pronounce his name. I would pronounce it Pompey, but it's Pompey. And then we're going to play Jackson Freeman out in the outfield today. And Jacob Cowles gets his first action today. So we have 3 guys. And we have the youngster, excuse me, we're putting him in the 3-hole. We're going to see what he's got. That's Klepich, who's going to Auburn. He played really well the other day when he came in the game. So we're going to throw him right in the 3-hole. So those are some of our new guys. And Klepich's first name's Addison. I'm sure you have a roster and you got that.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you come by, you're going to see action from 5 new Foresters today.
Awesome, Coach. And also one last thing, we're playing the Blues again. I know there's been a long rivalry between the Foresters and San Luis Obispo. Any extra message to the team this afternoon?
No, they know we don't care for them. Just the way the whole deal. I do have a tremendous amount of respect for their owner and the guy that runs their operations up in SLO. They got it going on. They got a great stadium for fans, and he does a really great job. And that's Adam Stowe. He runs a good. And Dean, their coach over here in this outfit, he's been in pro ball. He's been coaching a long time. He's a salty old guy, I guess, like the Forester guy. I don't know, but he's he knows baseball.
Awesome, Coach. Appreciate your time. Play well this afternoon.
Yeah, you got any questions?
I think I'm good.
Does Jim Buckley have any questions today for us? You got any questions about our lineup or anything that we're running to? Never mind. He doesn't.
I think we're all good, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
First pitch coming up next right after this. We welcome you to Santa Barbara, California. The Foresters are back in action as they host the SLO Blues for an early week matchup. Hello, I'm Hunter Shoemaker alongside Aiden O'Neill, welcoming you to Santa Barbara High School. Well, these two teams met just a few days ago, and Aiden, the Foresters prevailed 2-0 against the Blues up at their place, but pitching was the name of that game.
Yeah, and the story all season long, Hunter, has been that pitching for the Foresters. It was almost a plan coming into the season. Get depth at that position group, and that's been the exact case. You see in San Luis Obispo a narrow 2-0 victory where pitching comes to shine, but then you also see in last game, Jackson Cloud, 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts. If the bats come along to play, the Foresters will be very tough to beat.
And talking about the pitching again, back in that last matchup, for Santa Barbara, their first hit was in the 5th, and for SLO, their first hit in their first ball game was in the 7th inning. That's how good the pitching was for both sides.
And I think it also is about kicking off the rust as the season begins. These offenses and a lot of these college players haven't seen live pitching for a couple of weeks now. Just getting the gears rolling once again, and once that happens, everyone will be back on track.
And for the Sturs here this afternoon, Victor Ariola will get his first start of the season for the Sturs. The right-hander just completed his junior year from Fresno State. But the lineup for the SLO Blues leading off and in center field will be Ethan Royal to bat second. In left, Max Lane. Batting third, Jariah Lewis. In right field, batting cleanup, and the DH, Cooper Witten. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Braden Mondu. Bat sixth, the first baseman, Brendan Comerford. In the 7th hole, and catching, Parker Goff. To bat 8th for the Blues, Sebastian Lopez. He will be at 3rd. And to round out the order, Sebastian Sam Ardois, the second baseman, the 9-hole hitter for the Blues. And Aiden, when looking at what Victor Ariola's got, he's got 5 pitches that he throws. Fastball, cutter, slider, curve, and changeup. He's got a lot of variety.
Yeah, a 5-pitch mix at the college level is a rarity for sure. Obviously, a lot of pitchers just try to stay simple with fastball, changeup, curveball, but having the 2 different movements, a heater, it's going to be tough to barrel up as the game goes on.
When you look at that cutter and slider, he calls them 2 different pitches, very slight distinctions between those 2. But here comes Ethan Royal, the man, plays for Utah Tech. The right-handed batter will stand for the first time, and these two teams meeting for the second of 8 times this season. And, of course, the Foresters prevailed back a few days ago, 2-0 up in San Luis Obispo. Ariola comes set, gets ready for the first pitch to Royal, and it looks like the fastball just missing away, ball 1.
Yeah, Kiefer Ariola will be getting ahead early, establishing the strike zone, and kind of following up with that secondary stuff.
And here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ethan Royal. The leadoff man fouls it back to the right of home plate for strike number 1. To follow Royal will be Max Lane and Jariah Lewis. And for Ethan Royal, when these two teams last met was 0 for 4 back on the 8th in San Luis Obispo. Is that a 1-1 count? Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Ariola. This ball goes foul down the right field line, and it will be strike number 2 to Ethan Royal.
And now utilizing that 5-pitch mix. First at bat of the game, already ahead 1-2. Could see a curveball in the dirt, a pitch to maybe waste and get a swing and a miss.
And here in Santa Barbara, it was cloudy skies earlier on in the day, and now partly cloudy, some blue skies peeking through, low 70s, turning into a nice day. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Royal sees a heater away, 2-2. And we'll have to keep an eye out on all 5 of those pitches and try to distinguish them, but we'll see what he throws moving forward. Ariola comes set against the leadoff man, just underway here. Here is the 2-2 pitch, and Royal reaches for it and stays alive. We'll do it again.
It looked like the slider on the outer half. Good location. Might try to expand a little bit, go a little bit more outside, see if he can get a strikeout to open this game.
Just in the top of the first inning here. Early week matchup between the Blues and the Sturs. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Ariola. And did he go? A check swing down the first baseline. He went around, and Ethan Royal down on strikes. The first K of the day for Victor Ariola.
And no dispute from Ethan Royal as well. A lot of times you see players on check swings have something to say about that call, but I think he was pretty sure he went around as well. So big start for Ariola.
One away in the top of the first. No score here from Santa Barbara High School. And here comes Max Lane, recently activated for the Blues, man who plays out of Harvard. Stands in from the right side. One away, and the base is clear. Here's the first pitch. And Lane sees a ball away. 1-0. Now last pitch looking like the slider from Ariola. the right-hander who had a very nice campaign his junior year at Fresno State. Comes set for the 1-0 pitch to Lane. And Lane takes a ball in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, Lane, his sophomore year at Harvard, very productive season, 333, kind of just lighting up the stat sheet, looking to carry it over into the summer.
Looking at the stat sheet for Arriola this past season, tossed 41 innings and struck out 48 along the way this season at Fresno State. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and this one's sent into center field. Going back is Drew Markle, camps out under and makes the squeeze. 2 gone here in the first inning.
That's a great play by Drew Markle, a guy we saw at shortstop last time out and showing that versatility, able to play center field. And you see the jump he got off that ball. That's a key quality in outfielders. It makes it look easy.
And taking a look at the defense for the Stars this afternoon, Jacob Coas will be in left, Drew Markle, of course, in center, Jackson Freeman in right, the infield from third to first, Addison Klepsch, TJ Pompey at short, D. Kennedy at second, Dominic Smaldino at first, and catching today is Ryan Taman. So 2 gone, bases clear. Here's the first pitch to Jariah Lewis. Sees a heater away for the left-handed batter, ball 1. And for Jariah, man, plays for San Jose State, one of 2 Lewis on the Blues roster. Arriola coming set. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jariah. Sees a fastball in there. Deeping up the count, 1-1.
Good heater at the knees there from Arriola.
And the starting pitching, early 2 games for the Stars has been so phenomenal. 2 gone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball's down in the dirt, 2-1. Looking back at the last 2 starts, of course, Jackson Cloud yesterday, 6 innings, no hits, 9 Ks, and Mason Bixby went 4 hitless innings and struck out 6 along the way. Phenomenal starters for the Stars the first 2 games. Base is clear, 2 gone. Here is the 2-1 pitch, and Jariah Lewis sees a ball down low, maybe a little off speed from Arriola. 3 balls and a strike.
And I think a big key of the Stars pitching as well is being able to do it in a variety of ways, going deep into games and also doing it by committee with multiple people out of the bullpen.
The 3-1, and Jariah Lewis, he looks like he got clipped. Regardless, it would be ball 4, and Jariah Lewis reaches with 2 gone here in the top of the first inning.
In any case, you don't want to give up a free pass, but with 2 outs, no harm, no foul. Come at the cleanup hitter now and don't allow any additional damage.
And this will bring in Cooper Witten, serving as a DH in the cleanup spot. And for Witten's been bumped up in the order since the last time that these 2 teams played, when they played back in SLO on the 8th of this month, went 0 for 3 with a walk. Stands in, 2 gone, runner at first, the first pitch, and sees a fastball high and away, ball 1.
Arriola hasn't really been able to locate that fastball so far. Getting that pitch dialed in will be key so the secondary stuff can follow.
And the light breeze currently blowing out towards center field here at Santa Barbara High School. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner goes to second. Taman's a great throw, and Kennedy is right there. Safe is the call. Sliding in head first, Jariah Lewis. He has a stolen bag, and heck of an effort from the catcher, Ryan Taman.
Just a good jump, and in that case, that's more on Arriola than Taman. Perfect throw, but a good read.
Count now 2-0 for the cleanup hitter, Cooper Witten. Top of the first inning, just underway. No score currently, but a man now in scoring position with 2 gone here in the first. The pitch and the slider missing away, 3-0. And Braden Mondu awaits on deck for the Blues with Witten well ahead in the count, 3-0.
And now you think if you're Arriola with that open base, ability to kind of play with it, dangerous hitter at the plate, don't have to give in.
Arriola looks into Ryan Taman, the catcher today for the Stars. And it's second, 2 gone, the 3-0 pitch. And Witten pops it up sky high. Left side, the shortstop going back, TJ Pompey, and makes the squeeze. So on a 3-0 count, Cooper Witten has the green light, pops up in the infield, and a runner is stranded at second base for the Blues. The bats for the Forsters coming up next when we return to Santa Barbara.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Welcome back to Santa Barbara, and coming up next, the bats for the Sturs. No score going in the bottom half of the first. Leading off for Santa Barbara Foresters will be Drew Markle. He is in center field to bat second. The second baseman, D. Kennedy, batting third. Addison Klepsch, after a great day yesterday pinch hitting, he will be at third, batting cleanup. The first baseman, Dominic Smaldino, in the 5 spot. The DH, Will Rogers, to bat 6th, and catching Ryan Taman, the 7-hole hitter. At short, TJ Pompey in his debut this afternoon for the Sturs. Jacob Coas will be in left to bat 8th, and to round out the order for the Sturs, Jackson Freeman, also making his debut this season for the Sturs, will be in right. Aiden, when looking toward the hill this afternoon for the Blues, Demio Zonio for the SLO Blues, the right-hander, gets the start today.
Yeah, he struggled his sophomore year at St. Mary's, but a very solid freshman campaign. This summer could be viewed as kind of a get-right moment in his life, get back on track, and he's going to be facing a sort of stagnant Foresters lineup who's also trying to turn the page.
And that was a big thing, what Bill Pintard said in the pregame interview with him, trying to find the offense and have the bats come alive, not have everyone rely on the pitching, see what Drew Markle can do. The man who plays for Ole Miss stands in. Dimazonio comes set and about to deliver his first pitch of his outing. Here it is. Markle sends this one over to second base. Ardois off 2 hops. The second baseman fires over to first, and the throw in time. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Drew Markle grounds out to second base.
It's more aggressive than we've seen this Foresters lineup so far. They've been getting deep into counts. Maybe the message from manager Pintard is jump on him early, get on that fastball, and kind of get the wheels going here in the first inning.
And this brings up D. Kennedy, still looking for his first knock of the season with the Sturs. He's 0 for 5 currently. He's been bumped up in the order. Demazonio coming set, first pitch to Kennedy, and it looked like fastball, a little bit of run on it, in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Kennedy's been elite from a defensive infield perspective. Just needs the bat to kind of come along for the ride.
It's been fantastic defensively. Quickly down, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And D fouls it off over the first base dugout for strike number 2. In the bottom of the first inning, no score. 1 away, and the base is clear. Addison Klepsch will be on deck for the Sturs, with D falling behind 0-2 early. Demazonio, right-hander from St. Mary's, coming set on the hill. It's a nice day from Santa Barbara. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Kennedy sends it foul down the third baseline. Reaching for it, protecting the plate. We'll do it again.
How these Foresters hitters adjust with 2 strikes will be something to keep an eye on, especially when you're scuffing offensively. Those counts where you're forced to take pitches, be disciplined, that really shows your identity as a team.
1 away, and the base is clear. The 0-2 pitch. And on a breaking ball, they got D. Kennedy to go around. He is down on strikes. Demazonio picks up his first K, and quickly 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Pulled the string with the curveball and got him swinging.
Very good pitch from the man on the hill. This is going to bring up Addison Klepsch. So yesterday we saw Klepsch for the first time in a pinch hit situation, had an RBI double in the 8th that gave the Sturs some insurance runs going to the late inning. Fantastic work from Klepsch. First pitch, sees a fastball away, 1-0.
And that hit, Hunter, earned him a spot batting 3-hole today. It shows how early in the season, just trying to figure out what lineup configurations work the best.
Some big insurance runs late yesterday against the Ventura Pirates, I should say 2 days ago. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one's chopped to the first baseman, and a great grab from Comerford. Covering first base is the pitcher, and a heck of an effort from Brendan Comerford at first base. Robs Addison Klepsch of a base hit into right, and it is a clean 1-2-3 inning for John Demazonio, and we go to the second. No score from Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the second inning from Santa Barbara. Braden Mondew, Brendan Comerford, and Parker Goff due up. Victor Ariel remaining on the hill. No score currently going to the second. First pitch turned on, sent back foul behind home plate. Strike number one. For Braden Mondew, serving as the shortstop, bats from the right side, and who plays for BYU. Leading things off here in the second.
Mondew's been one of the few bright spots for this Blues offense who, especially against the Sturs, didn't really get anything going, but he's batting .500, so trying to keep that rolling.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this ball is tapped slowly foul down the first baseline, out of play, and he's quickly down 0-2. And you talk about him batting .500, and he was 2 for 4 in the season opener against the Sturs on the 8th. Fantastic work from him, a double and a single in that ball game.
Trying to stay hot now on the road.
The leadoff man quickly down. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Mondew, check swing. It was a good pitch from Areola. His slider missed for ball one.
And that's the beauty of that 5-pitch mix. Keeping the hitters guessing, especially when you get ahead in the count. I hit on it earlier, but establishing that fastball opens everything else up.
Areola coming set. And the 1-2 delivery to Mondew. And Mondew sees that heater high to even up the count, 2-2. And for the Blues, currently 7-3 their overall record, but in terms of CCL play, this is only their second game. They've had a lot of non-league games against opponents up near SLO. The 2-2 pitch, and Mondew another check swing on that slider again. The count now full against Areola, and Braden Mondew, the leadoff man for the Blues.
And walks to start an inning are never a good idea. If you're Areola, you got to challenge him right away.
Brendan Comerford awaits on deck. Here's the payoff pitch to the leadoff man. And Mondew swinging a miss on the heater down the middle, and Areola has his second K.
And that's the definition of a challenge heater. Right on cue. 3-2 fastball just blew it right by him.
So one down. Top half of the second inning. No score between the Blues and the Sturs, and in comes right-handed batter. Playing first base, Brendan Comerford made that great play defensively. End of the last inning. Here's the first pitch from Areola. And Comerford skies it right side the first baseman, Smaldino, in foul ground, looking to get under it, and makes the catch halfway between the dugout and that first baseline. 2 quick outs here in the second for the Sturs.
The catcher, number 45.
Very efficient so far from Areola this inning. And that might spark the Blues coach to ask for a pitch taken to open this at bat.
It's going to be Parker Goff to come up to the dish for the Blues with 2 gone, bases clear. Goff serving as a catcher. He awaits the first pitch, and here it is. And sees a fastball high and away, ball 1. And for Victor Areola, mentioned playing for Fresno State, made to the NCAA Regional just up the road at UC Santa Barbara not too long ago. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Goff lifts it right side into the outfield. Jackson Freeman on a full run. That ball will fall in right field for a 2-out knock. That ball was cutting off the bat of the right-handed batter, and they have their first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, ball not hit too hard at all, Hunter, but dunks in right in front of Freeman. That's a tough play. A lot of ground to cover coming towards the right field foul line. And couldn't get there. But for Ariola, as long as he's not getting hit hard, nothing to be ashamed about. Just come right back at this next hitter.
Yeah, and for that play for Jackson Freeman, out and right, nearly impossible with that spin off the baseball, taking him towards that foul line. But here comes Sebastian Lopez, stands in. Here's the first pitch, and a swing and a miss on the fastball high in the zone. 1-0. Pardon me, 0-1.
Ariola's found a lot of success when elevating that heater. Hitter's eyes lighting up and just cannot catch up in time.
Parker Goff at first base with 2 gone. Check back to him. Inducing the swing from Lopez on that fastball. The first one he tossed to him. Sebastian Lopez bats out of the 8th spot for the Blues. No score. Top of the second with 2 gone. Coming set. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Good pitch there.
Looked like that slider or cutter kind of darting away from the hitter. It starts in the strike zone and finishes outside.
And Ariola quickly ahead 0-2 after giving up the first hit of the day to the Blues. Here's the pitch. And the fastball well away. 1-2 now. Lopez is able to reach Sam Ardois. Awaits on deck the 9-hole hitter for the Blues. Currently no score in the top half of the second. Only the second CCL game for the Blues this season. Another check back to first base from Ariola. Currently a gentle to moderate breeze blowing out towards center field here from Santa Barbara High School. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Lopez takes strike 3. Victor Ariola down the middle has his 3rd strikeout, and we're going to be going to the bottom of the second. No score between the Sturs and the Blues.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Back in Santa Barbara, we go to the bottom half of the second. No score between the Sturs and the Blues. Smaldino, Rogers, Taman due up, and here's Dominic Smaldino leading things off for the Sturs. Coming set on the hill, Demazonio, and the first pitch. And it's like maybe his cut fastball missing away. Ball number 1.
Smaldino, huge frame, 6'6", 260, possesses a lot of power when he puts barrel to ball.
The 1-0 pitch to Smaldino, big hack on the fastball down the middle to even up the count 1-1. And for Dominic, man who plays for Cal, currently 0 for 2 on the season, looking for his first hit as a Forester. John Demazonio comes set to the leadoff man. The 1-1 pitch, and Smaldino takes strike 2 low in the zone. 1-2 the count to the leadoff man.
Yeah, the umpire's been calling that low pitch. Batters for both sides will have to adjust.
DiMazzonio looks into his catcher, Parker Goff. Ahead 1-2. Wind up and the delivery to Smaldino. He fights it off over the first base dugout, stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the first baseman. And for the Sturs and the Blues, they'll get familiar with themselves this season. Of course, 8 meetings throughout the regular season, but they're meeting twice this week. We'll play again on Friday here from Santa Barbara High School. The 1-2 pitch to Smaldino. Smaldino, 1-hopper 2. The shortstop, Mondu scoops up, fires to first base. The throw in time. Smaldino retired 1 away in the second.
Sponsored by our friends at the Mesa Cafe. Please welcome designated hitter number 7, Will.
This is going to bring up Will Rogers, the two-way man. Saw him first play for the Sturs against the Blues on the 8th. Came in a safe situation and picked up the first save of the year as a pitcher. Going in inning, only giving up a hit and struck out 2. But now we'll bat against the Blues for the first time this season. And Will served as the DH the last game for the Sturs, going 1 for 3 as well. DiMazzonio comes set. First pitch. Fastball missing high, ball 1.
Yeah, one of the more versatile players for the Foresters, Will Rogers. Being able to impact winning in multiple ways is always quintessential for any team.
What an athlete Rogers is. Does it from both sides defensively, offensively, and of course, as that pitcher. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and this ball popped up above the first base dugout in the netting for strike number 1. The bottom of the second, no score between the Sturs and the Blues. Bases clear, 1 gone. Will Rogers had a 1-1 count. There's a little more sunshine creeping through, with short shadows being casted from third to first. DiMazzonio comes set, the 1-1 pitch, and this ball again fouled off over the first base dugout. Strike 2 to Rogers. Ryan Taman awaits on deck for the Sturs. Ball and 2 strikes, and the right-hander from St. Mary's on the hill for the Blues shakes off a couple from his catcher, Parker Goff. Gets ready for the 1-2 delivery to Will Rogers, and Rogers takes strike 3. The fastball from DiMazzonio finds the strike zone, and he has his second K.
Looked like Rogers was just completely fooled there, sitting off speed, down 1-2, and he freezes him with the fastball.
DiMazzonio has retired the first 5 he has faced, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Ryan Taman. And for Taman, he got the start. Opening day for the Sturs behind the dish. Waits the first pitch. Here it is. And a breaking ball nearly clips him. Had to back away from it. Be ball 1. Taman playing for Cal. Currently 0 for 3 on the year. In this 3rd game of the season for the Sturs. Bottom of the second, no score, 2 gone, and the base is clear. The pitch, this ball goes foul off his leg for strike number 1 to Ryan Taman, so it's 2 balls and a strike.
Taman going to high school in Arroyo Grande and college in the Bay, back in Santa Barbara for the summer, just bouncing around California. So very familiar with these stomping grounds.
Ball and a strike, 2 away, and the base is clear. And the pitch, and Taman sees a fastball missing away, 2-1. You mentioned Arroyo Grande, and actually talking with the manager, Bill Pintard, he said that he saw Taman, I believe when he was a sophomore in high school, and kind of kept tabs on him throughout his high school career, now finishing up at Cal his first year. Kind of cool to see him playing for manager Bill Pintard now. Here's the 2-1. And that fastball finds the strike zone, 2-2. Two gone, base is clear, bottom of 2. No score currently. Taman had a 2-2 count. DiMazzonio, the pitch, and called strike 3. Another heater low in the zone, and consecutive strikeouts for John DiMazzonio. We're headed to the 3rd. No score from Santa Barbara. United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines, to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Going to the third here from Santa Barbara. No score. 9-1 and 2. Due up for the Blues. Sam Ardois, the man from Texas, to lead things off. First pitch from Areola. And that ball is down the middle for a strike. 0-1.
Both starters have been very comfortable so far, Hunter, just rolling along.
Very impressive stuff from both starters. Of course, Sturs, again, their starting pitching has been phenomenal. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a check swing, but a ball called low in the zone. And quickly, Areola ahead 0-2 against Sam Ardois. Every pitcher that has touched the mound this season for the Sturs has been phenomenal. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the slider missing away to Sam Ardois. A ball and 2 strikes. And Aiden, again, even talking about the pitching. So far, the pitching, really, the team hasn't allowed a single run. The pitching staff has struck out 27 entering this ball game. The 1-2 pitch sent to short. TJ Pompey moves in and fires over to first base. The throw in time to retire Sam Ardois. One away in the third.
Very smooth play there from TJ. Just arrived today, gets the start in the lineup right away, and kind of an in-between hop. Charges the ball, makes it look easy. Out number 1.
With those 27 Ks entering today, Areola now has 3. So in the 2 games and 2 1/3 here is the pitch on its way, and this ball swung on from Ethan Royal in right field, and that ball will fall in front of Jackson Freeman, the right fielder, off the first pitch. So Ethan Royal at the top of the order, second time through, seeing Areola lifts it into right field for a 1-out knock.
And for Jackson Freeman, naturally as an outfielder, you're taught first step back. He does exactly that, but the ball is just not hit hard enough and lands right in front of him. The second one we've seen kind of do the same thing off the end.
And the first one was Parker Goff in the second. So now a check back to man at first base. Ethan Royal gets back. So 2 knocks now for the SLO Blues, and both in that exact same spot as you mentioned, Aiden, in right field. Still awaiting the first pitch from Max Lane here. 1 aboard, 1 away, top of the third. Another check back to first base, and Areola now with 2 disengagements. We saw this yesterday, a balk being called. One of the pitchers from the Ventura Pirates. Next disengagement needs to pick him off at first. Here's the first pitch to Lane. In the right center field, both players trying to get back. Freeman's back there, and that ball falls at the base of the wall. Maybe a run looking to score. All the way from first, Ethan Royal. It's a play at the plate. It's going to be close, and Royal slides in. Safe. A run will score after the deep ball into the gap. And Max Lane has driven in the first run of the ball game for the Blues.
Beautiful cutoff from D. Kennedy. 2-hop strike to the plate, and if Taman holds on to that and applies the tag, he's out. But the ball just squirts out of his glove. Bang, bang play at the plate, and the Blues plate their first run.
This is the first run given up by the Sturs all season long. This is going to bring up Jariah Lewis, who was hit First time up against Areola. Fast run from Ethan Royal, who had that bloop single in the right. Here's the first pitch to Lewis. Pushes it into the netting just to the left of home plate. Strike number 1.
And you see the Sturs bring the corners in. Obviously not late enough in this ball game and a deficit that's out of reach where you bring everybody in, but the ability to cut down the runner if it's hit hard to a corner infield spot.
Only one away, still a man at third base. Here's the pitch, and the 0-2. This is high on the heater from Victor Areola, 1-1. And for Max Lane, who finds himself at third base, credited with an RBI double and advancing on the throw home to third. Here's the 1-1 offering, and Lewis swinging a miss. Good delivery there from Areola.
And that's that changeup. Really good pitch on the outside corner. Comes out of the same arm slot as the fastball. It's deceiving all the way until the catcher's mitt.
This could be a big second out for the Foresters. Man at third, 1 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that ball in the dirt. Great keep from Taman behind the dish to even up the count 2-2.
That's just trust in your catcher if you're Areola. Being able to block a ball, spike an off-speed pitch, try to get the batter to go fishing, and Taman keeps it in front.
Areola, deep breath on the hill. Here comes a 2-2 offering to Jariah Lewis, and Lewis sees that slider in there for strike 3, and Areola has his 4th K.
That was flat out filthy, Hunter. Backdoor slider, knees buckled a little bit, and got him looking.
Wicked good pitch from Areola, and a big second out for the Sturs in the top half of the third. Now trailing by a run after Ethan Royal played the first run for the Blues this afternoon after the RBI double from Max Lane, who still finds himself at third. Here's the DH, Cooper Witten. First pitch, and Witten sees a ball away, like that cut fastball. 1-0. For Witten, first time he was up, had a little pop-up to TJ Pompey, the shortstop. Stands in with man at third, 2 gone. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and this ball swing and a miss. Good pitch from Areola, 1-1.
And runner on third, less than 2 outs for the Blues. That's a run where if you don't convert, you look back on it for the rest of the game as an opportunity wasted.
Witten tries to put something in play on the 1-1 pitch. Spits on it. Good take for ball 2. And for the SLO Blues, mentions they're only in their 2nd league game of the year, but they're coming off a very impressive non-league win against Santa Maria Indians, 21-5 on Sunday, that victory for the Blues. Areola, the 2-1, and Witten swinging a miss for strike 2.
Great patience on the bump, taking a deep breath, and that forces the hitter in the box to kind of think about what's coming next as well.
Top of the third, man at third base, 2 away, 2-2. The pitch, and Cooper Witten takes on the slider, full count.
Base to play with once again, with first base open. Be interesting to see what they call 3-2.
Areola on a full count went to the heater in the second. See what he throws here. Big payoff pitch. And Witten sees ball 4 missing inside. It was the fastball from Areola, but Witten reaches base on balls.
Just a bit lower than the bottom of the strike zone. A low ball umpire. But just slightly down and doesn't get the call.
Runners on the corners. Top of the third. A run is scored for the Blues. Now lead 1-0 over the Sturs. Here's Braden Mondu, shortstop who struck out swinging in the last inning. Runners now on the corners. The first pitch from Areola. And that slider got him. Swing and a miss for strike number 1.
Being able to throw that 0-0, very impressive. And keeps the batter guessing. Throw the off speed in any count for strikes.
Areola now ahead, 0-1. The delivery. And Mondu takes strike 2. Looks like it might have been that cut fastball from Areola. little bit more velocity than that slider. But regardless, ahead 0-2 over the shortstop Mondu. Runners on the corners, a glare over to first base, and Cooper Witten comes set. 0-2 delivery, and Mondu sees it well away. And a great keep from Ryan Taman, sliding over to his right, 1-2.
A lot of places he can go here, either elevate the fastball, curveball in the dirt, slider outside. Tons of options for Arriola.
On this partly cloudy day from Santa Barbara. 2 gone, runners on the corners, the 1-2 pitch, and Mondu over two-hopper to TJ Pompey, who elects to go to second base for the force out, trots over there, and the force out at second to get the 3rd out of the inning. The Blues, they do capitalize, drive in a run, go to the bottom of the 3rd. Foresters now trail by a run, too slow.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
We head to the bottom of the 3rd from Santa Barbara at Eddie Matthews Field. Santa Barbara High School, TJ Pompey, Jacob Coas, and Jackson Freeman will lead things off. And here's TJ Pompey in his debut this season for the Sturs, man who plays for Texas Tech, making his debut this summer here in Santa Barbara. Deozoni remains on the hill. The first pitch, like his cut fastball, missing high. Ball 1 to TJ Pompey.
And TJ Pompey had an impressive season at Texas Tech, 280, a 905 OPS as a freshman. Usually you don't see that sort of production when you first get to a university.
That was the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on the slider. 1 ball and 1 strike for Pompey. And you said, Aiden, what a year he had at Texas Tech. Bats from the right side, leading things off. Bottom of the 3rd. Sturs need some base runners. Here's the 1-1, and Pompey lines it. That ball's fair down the left field line, sharply hit, and Pompey rounds first base, looking to get to second, and a lead-off double right on cue. And TJ Pompey, welcome to Santa Barbara.
First at bat as a Forester, a double. Warm welcome to this fan base.
Pompey with the 2-bagger, and that's going to bring up Jacob Coas. Bats from the left side. 2 lefties at the bottom of the order for Bill Pintard this afternoon, Coas and Freeman. They're looking to grab back that run that they conceded in the top half of this inning. The Blues lead 1-0. The off man now at second. Here's the first pitch to Coas, and the fastball down the middle for a strike.
Interesting to see the corners shading in a little bit, maybe anticipating a bunt to move the runner over to 3rd with less than 2 outs.
Demazonio on the hill, the right-handed pitcher ahead, 0-1 to Coas, and the pitch. And Coas sees a fastball well away, and a great grab there from Parker Goff. Ball on a strike.
If you're Coas, the key to this at-bat is move that runner over to 3rd any way you can. Make sure it's productive.
And here's the pitch, and the 1-1 swing and a miss for strike number 2. Good delivery from Dimazonio. The lefty Coase digging in behind the count. And the 1-2 pitch. And Coase sees a ball in to even up the count on the fastball from Dimazonio. 2-2. Bottom of the third. TJ Pompey had the lead-off double, still at second base. Trying to work him around the bases. Here's the 2-2. Coase sees ball 3 in the dirt, full count. Great eye from Jacob. Jackson Freeman, the 9-hole hitter, awaits on deck. Dimazonio comes set. 3-2 delivery. Coase sees ball 4 in, and he will reach base in the first 2 aboard for the Sturs.
That's a heck of an at-bat. Brings it all the way to full count, works a walk, and now I would anticipate a bunt from Freeman as the 9-hole hitter, being able to move runners to second and third and kind of set it up for Drew Markle.
That makes sense for Jackson Freeman, the man who plays for Northwestern in his debut as a Forester. Pompey's second base, Jacob Coase at first after his walk. First pitch, down the middle on a fastball. Strike 1.
Looks like he's going to be swinging all the way after all.
And the third baseman, Sebastian Lopez, keeping a watchful eye just on the board between the infield grass and the infield dirt. Nothing in, 1 with 2 aboard, no out. Big spot here, the pitch, and Freeman pops it up into the outfield. Going over there is Jariah Lewis, and makes the squeeze, and holding up at second is TJ Pompey. So first out here in the third, Jackson Freeman retired with the flyout into right. And the lineup will turn over for the first time for Drew Markle.
That's the risk you run when you have the 9-hole hitter swing away. And in hindsight, it's easy to say it should have been a bunt there, but Drew Markle's going to be looking to pick up Freeman with one big swing.
Pompey remains at second. Jacob Coase at first. 1 away, bottom of the third. Blues lead 1-0 over the Sturs. Dimazonio, he comes set on the hill for the Blues. First pitch to Drew Markle. And Markle swing and miss on the slider from Dimazonio. Strike 1.
Seems like the Foresters are seeing the ball well. The swings have had a lot of tenacity, attempting to do damage.
Not trying to shy away. 0-1. And Markle sees another slider away. Takes it this time. Ball 1.
And one thing manager Bill Pintard hit on with Markle is, even though the production isn't there yet, the at-bats have been great, being able to take pitches that are close to the strike zone for balls.
Dimazonio, the 1-1 to Markle, and another slider. Ball 2, and Markle today 0 for 1, had a ground out to second base in the first. You mentioned the production not quite there. Of course, only 2 1/3 games in. It's 1 for 9 currently. With 2 aboard, only 1 out. Big spot here for the Sturs, trying to tie up the ball game. And Markle chops it 1 high hop over to the shortstop. Mondu charges in, likes to go to first base, and picked up by the first baseman. A heck of an effort from Brandon Comerford. That ball was thrown low, and he made it look easy. But runners advance. Markle grounds out.
Really slow hop, and with Drew Markle's speed, almost beat it out, but was out by half a step. Now it's up to D. Kennedy. Bill Pintard talked about it. 2-out wins win championships. Here with runners on second and third and 2 outs. This would be a big-time moment if Kennedy could come through.
Stars trailed by a run. The first pitch to Kennedy, in there for a strike on the fastball from Dimazonio. 0-1. So Pompey now at third, who had a leadoff double. Jacob Coase followed up with a walk. He's now at second. Can the Stars push in a run? Maybe 2. Here's the 0-1. And Kennedy pops it up in the right field. Jariah Lewis moves in from right and makes the squeeze. The first 2 men reach base, and the Sturs unable to push them in. We're going to be headed to the 4th. The Blues still on top by a run over the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the fourth inning from Santa Barbara. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Blues. Victor Ariola remains on the bump for the Sturs. It's still a 1-0 lead after the Blues struck first, and it's the first time the Foresters have conceded a run all year long, giving up a run in the last inning in the third.
And what makes these Foresters pitching performances that much more impressive is not a lot of run support, and they're still going out there competing, going deep into ball games. It's a recipe for success as the season continues.
Absolutely. Offense still looking to heat up. Here's the first pitch to Brendan Comerford, who leads things off. He takes a strike right down the middle. Looked like an off-speed pitch from Ariola. 0-1. For Comerford, first time up, he had a fly out and foul ground, little pop up to first base in the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it finds a strike zone just inside at the knees. Strike 2. Ariola quickly ahead against the leadoff man for the Blues, and the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss on the slider. 1-2-3, and Brendan Comerford down on strikes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 pitches.
Now batting for the Blues, catcher Parker.
What a phenomenal sequence, showcasing the fastball and 2 off-speed pitches, getting him swinging.
That's his 5th K for Victor Ariola in his outing. This brings up Parker Goff at the first knockout of the day for the Blues. In the second, currently 3 hits, 4 slow, to 3 1/3. Here's the first pitch, and Goff, big swing and miss on another heater. 0-1.
Seems like Ariola now has really settled in. All 5 pitches working very well.
Light breeze blowing out towards center field. Here's the 0-1, and Goff takes strike 2 down the middle. And all 5 pitches that Ariola has thrown have been fantastic strikes. And again, he's ahead 0-2 against the catcher, Parker Goff.
Might try to go back to that slider outside and get a swing through.
0-2, and the fastball high this time, ball 1.
And that's the definition there of a waste pitch, Hunter. Get the eye levels to light up top, and then you can work them with the off-speed down below. Just keep the hitter guessing.
Here's the 1-2, and there's that slider. Consecutive Ks for Ariola. 2 down in the top of the 4th.
That slider's late break has been the key to that pitch. Looking like a heater all the way until right before the catcher catches it in that late snapping action to the outer half.
2 gone, top of the 4th, Blues by a run. Here's Sebastian Lopez, the first pitch, and Lopez swing and a miss. 0-1. Again, Ariola ahead in the count. Today for Lopez, he struck out swinging in the second. About to see a 0-1 pitch. And another fastball high in the zone. 0-2, and with 2 gone, bases clear. Ariola sitting pretty here in the top half of the 4th. Comes set, and the 0-2 pitch to Lopez, and Lopez swing and a miss, and Victor Ariola strikes out the side in the top half of the 4th, and Ariola now has 7 Ks. We go to the bottom half here in the 4th. Blues on top, 1-0 over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Leading off for the Sturs, bottom of the fourth inning, Addison Klepsch, 3, 4, and 5 due up for Santa Barbara. They trail by a run, bottom half of the fourth inning. Demazonio remains on the hill for the Blues. And here's the first pitch to Klepsch. And it misses on a slider for ball number 1 to Addison.
Sturs set the table last inning. Weren't able to capitalize. Key getting that leadoff runner on.
Here's the 1-0, and Klepsch quickly swinging a miss, and he's at a 1-1 count. The man for San Diego, California, just recently graduated from Del Norte High School, commit to Auburn next fall. Batting third for Bill Pintard and the Sturs. Here's the 1-1, and Klepsch, she's a fastball. Slider missing away, 2-1. You said, Aiden, see if the Sturs can get some leadoff men aboard as they did last inning with the double by TJ Pompey. Here's the pitch. And that's down the middle for a strike.
Look to bid in, not a pitch you're looking for in a hitter's count, 2-1. Now, though, have to protect and choke up, punch a single to the outfield.
Smaldino awaits on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Addison Klepsch, foul tip back into the glove of Parker Koff. And he is down on strikes. Demazonio has his 4th K of the day. Leadoff man sat down for the Sturs in the bottom of the 4th.
That curveball has been amazing so far. It's been a hammer, being able to throw it in any count. A lot of swing and miss stuff.
Here's the big man, Smaldino. Bases clear, 1 away. The first pitch. And he takes down low for ball number 1. Dominic today, he had a ground out to short in the second. Now in the bottom of the 4th, the Sturs trailed by a run. The Blues picked up their run in the 3rd. Had a couple men aboard. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Smaldino swinging a miss on the slider from Demazonio.
Getting Smaldino going will be amazing for this Foresters offense. We talked about the power, ability to spray it to all fields. Very impressive.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Smaldino lines this one sharply past the short and third baseman in the left field for a 1-out knock for Smaldino, and he has his first knock of the summer as a Forester.
Now batting, sponsored by D and Von Witt.
And that's really important too. You see the ball hit hard. Been waiting for Smaldino to hit a fastball hard, and he executes it perfectly.
That ball immediately on the deck, running past Mondu, the shortstop, and Lopez, the third baseman, in the left field for a base hit. This brings up Will Rogers, the DH, 0 for 1. He has a strikeout to his ledger here this afternoon. Here's the first pitch, and Rogers takes it the other way into right. Jariah Lewis has to move forward and makes the catch. 1 pitch and the second out of the inning. Will Rogers sat down to fly out into right.
That was a well-located fastball up and inside. Rogers caught it off the knuckles and just flew out to right field. Talked about the Smaldino hard hit single, but not a lot of balls being barreled up from the Foresters.
Currently only 2 hits today for the Sturs, and this brings up Ryan Taman. Here's the first pitch, and the fastball lower half of the zone, away at the knees, but in there for a strike, 0-1. Smaldino had the 1-out single. He remains at first base, bottom of the 4th. Blues on top by a run. The 0-1 pitch, and the slider swing to miss through the zone, 0-2 quickly on Ryan Taman. And the right-hander from St. Mary's, John Damazonio, quickly ahead on Taman. He holds on the hill. And the 0-2 pitch to Taman. And Ryan check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. And that will retire the side. Dominic Smaldino had a 1-out knock, but Taman down on strikes. And we are headed to the 5th here from Santa Barbara. The Blues on top 1-0 over the Sturs. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the 5th inning, and the 5th inning presented by Finney's Craft House on Lower State Street. It is a great place for the Forster fans to gather before or after the game. Finney's Craft House on Lower State. Well, we're going to the 5th inning, and the Blues lead 1-0 over the Sturs, and we have our first pitching change. Victor Ariola, his day is done for the Sturs. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, which was earned, only walked 1, and struck out 7. Only threw 10 pitches in the last inning for the starter.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance. All 5 pitches working. Hunter, we thought we were getting in immaculate territory, but he threw 1 ball that inning, and now handed it over to Shea Went. Struggled a little bit in the 2024 season with a 7.04 ERA. Walked more people than he struck out. That's something to keep in mind today. Can he control those walk numbers and fill up the strike zone?
And Went hails from Nebraska and just completed his freshman year at Creighton. In his time at Creighton's freshman season, 15 appearances, 6 starts, had a 2-1 record, but that ERA a little bit higher for Went, but gets his first nod of the year for Ryan Kramer, the pitching coach this season for the Sturs, saying Went would go in long relief, and after what Ariola did, no sense to try to work him too hard here early in the season after another phenomenal start from a starting pitcher for the Sturs.
Yeah, it's very encouraging if your manager, Bill Pintard, something to build off of, and especially early in the season when the offense is scuffling. Pitching is something that wins championships in any level of baseball. It's a great start, but this offense has to come along for the ride at some point.
It'll be 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Blues. Sam Ardois stands in. The first pitch from Went. Blistering fastball, missing high, missing low, and away for ball 1. It's at 93 for Shea Went. Here's the 1-0 to Ardois. And this one finds the strike zone to even up the count, 1-1. And for Went, the first reliever to be used today. Looks like he's working quickly on the hill. Here's the 1-1 offering to the leadoff man. Ardois chops it into the third base dugout and off the front railing. Strike number 2.
Good challenge fastball there. Facing the 9-hole hitter, have to come right at him. start the inning on a high note, especially with those walk numbers being high. The 9-hole hitter is a good place to settle it.
There's 1-2 pitch, and like another fastball, maybe a little something tucking off of it. Misses high for ball 2. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Sam Ardois, who's 0 for 1 today at a ground up to short. And the 2-2 pitch. Ardois swinging and miss the heater down the middle. And the first K of the day for Shea Went sits down the leadoff man.
That downward break on the curveball was absolutely filthy. Started it at the knees, and it finishes almost in the dirt. Unhittable pitch there for out number 1.
Base is clear. Brings up the top of the order, Ethan Royal. The first pitch. And it looks like the slider from Went missing away. Ball 1. When you look at the Blues, the last 4 men have all struck out against Santa Barbara pitching. The 1-0 pitch to Royal. And the fastball finds the strike zone, 1-1.
Good fastball in the outside corner. Exuding confidence on that bump. Coming out of the bullpen, knowing this game's close, trying to keep it that way.
The 1-1 offering. And this one's chopped a high hopper over to short. TJ Pompey charges off 2 hops, and the throw was not in time and also pulls off small Dino off first base. So with 1 away, Ethan Royal will reach base for the 2nd time today.
On both sides, on a couple occasions, Hunter, we've seen that high chopper find the shortstop's glove, but the ability to almost beat out an infield single, and in that case, beat it out completely.
That's going to be scored as an infield single for Royal, so he's aboard with 1 away. That brings up Max Lane in the top of the 5th. Blues lead by a run. Check back to the man at first. Sliding back safe is Royal. With the 4 hits so far today for the Blues, Ethan Royal, the man at the top of the order, has 2 of them. Here's the first pitch to Max Lane. And it's in there for a strike, 0-1. The man batting out the 2nd spot in the order for the Blues. 1 away. Max Lane had the RBI double in the 3rd, which scored the lone run of the ball game. Of course, slow lead, 1-0, top half of the 5th. Another check back to the man at first. Royal slides back in safe.
A very impressive swing of the bat the first time around, showing power to right center field. Not something you see often from a right-handed hitter.
Went the 0-1 pitch. It's a good-looking pitch, just missing low for ball 1. You said Aiden Shea's looking very strong coming in out of the bullpen, not shying away, and he's been working quick and committed on that delivery. Coming set in the 1-1 pitch to Lane. He chops a foul left side in front of his dugout, the 3rd base dugout. Strike number 2 for the left fielder.
Now, if you're Went, have to imagine he goes back to that curveball just because of the success he's found with it. A mixture between a slider and a curve, that slurve delivery.
Another check back to first base. Max Lane this afternoon, 1 for 2. Playing collegiately for Harvard. And Went and the Forsters in this inning trying to keep it a 1-run ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And misses away, ball 2.
It's a really good spot on that 1-2. Still pitch to play with.
Ethan Royal inching away from first base. His leadoff, but the 2-2 runner goes. The pickup from Taman, and that ball is thrown into center field, and the runner will hold up at second base, so a stolen bag for Ethan Royal. Count now full.
And I think even if that throws on line, Hunter, that he still ends up being safe. Great backup from Drew Markle in center field to not allow him to advance one more base.
Count now full. Stolen bag for Royal. Now at second. 1 away. Top of the 5th. Blues on top by a run. Went. Couple looks back to second. Payoff pitch. And Lane fights it off over the first base dugout. We'll do it again. And for this SLO Blues, their first road game of the year, they have played 10 straight games at home, and 9 of them against non-CCL opponents, but they're going to have 5 straight games on the road this week. They'll also be back here on Friday to play the Sturs again. 1 away, Here's a payoff pitch, and Max Lane swing and a miss, the second K of the day for Shea Went.
That is a great fastball at the knees. 3-2, may have been sitting off speed. He was late. Big time out number 2.
Yeah, huge second out here, and it's only this one-run ball game in the top half of the 5th. This brings up left-handed batter Jariah Lewis. 0 for 1 today. He reached in the first when he was hit by Victor Areola. First pitch from Shea, and Lewis takes it down the dirt. Great keep from Taman, closing the wickets. Ball 1.
First inning on a new club, especially in the summer. Nerves are expected on the bump, and I don't feel like he's had any so far. There's a lot of confidence, as I talked about earlier, being able to locate all of his pitches and just trying to get comfortable.
Telling his demeanor, but the 1-0 pitch, look for that breaking ball, misses high for ball 2. But not wasting any time on the hill, gets his pitch, gets right into his routine. Not wasting time. With 2 gone here in the top of the 5th, it's a 1-run ball game, slow on top, 1-0. Runner at second, Ethan Royal has a stolen bag. Here's a 2-0 offering, and the fastball high and away. Ball 3. It's the first time he's gotten well behind an account here in this 5th inning for Shea Went.
And now does not have to come in, Hunter. You have the open base at first. See where he goes. 3-0.
The DH Cooper Witten awaits on deck. Here's a 3-0. That finds a strike zone to Jariah Lewis. Lewis, after he was hit in the first, struck out looking against Victor Areola in the third. Areola, the starting pitcher, going 4 innings. Gave up 3 hits and 7 Ks. But here's the 3-1 to Jariah Lewis from Shea Went. Runner goes to third. It's popped up. Now to play over the third base dugout for strike 2. Ethan Royal, who tried to make a jump to third, back to second.
That's an amazing ability to come back in a count 2, down 3-0, getting 2 straight strikes. And now 3-2, we saw him punch out the previous batter in this same count. Can he do it again?
Royal at second with 2 gone, top of the 5th. It's a 1-run ball game. Here's a payoff pitch, and that is ball 4 down low. Gets away from Taman, and over to third base is Ethan Royal. So runners now on the corners. 2-out walk to Jariah Lewis, puts him on first.
First and third action. Giving the signs. With 2 outs, you expect if that runner ends up going that the throw will go all the way through to second base. Situational moment here for the Foresters.
It's a big one in the ball game. SLO picked up a run in the third. Now here in the 5th, runners on the corners, 2 out. Here's the first pitch. Witten chops this ball, and it goes foul down third baseline and into left field. Just past the third base bag. Strike 1.
TJ Pompey had a rip down the third base line, a little similar to that one earlier in this game for the Sturs, but ended up going fair. Foresters fortunate that that one didn't end up on the right side of the foul line.
Went back to first base, a check on Jariah Lewis. For Cooper Witten, 0 for 1 today, had a pop up to TJ Pompey at short and worked a walk in the third. Went comes set, the 0-1 pitch, and slider missing away, 1-1. This pitching for the Sturs since day 1 been so good as a staff so far today. They have struck out 9. With 2 gone, it's a big spot here. The 1-1 pitch and a breaking ball upper half of the zone. Strike 2.
Can't talk about the curveball enough, Hunter, but it has been his best pitch during this outing, and in a count where you don't expect it, he still flips it over for a strike.
What does he go with here? The 1-2 pitch, and that slider missing away, 2-2. So Ethan Royal still remaining at third base with 2 out. Jariah Lewis at first. 2-2 for Cooper Witten. Braden Mondu on deck, but Shea Went wants to have no part of the shortstop Mondu. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Witten sees a ball in the dirt. Full count.
3-2, 2 outs will be an action pitch for the runner on first base. He'll be on the move. So ball in the gap will score 2.
On deck. Huge pitch here. Payoff pitch, and Witten lines this one off. One hop to the third baseman. There's Klepsch over to first. Throw in time. The Foresters get out of the jam, and Shea Went induces the ground ball to third. And we are going to the bottom of the 5th. The Sturs keep it a 1-run ball game here from Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the bottom of the 5th, and this 5th inning presented by Finney's Craft House on Lower State Street. It is a great place for Foresters fans to gather before or after the game. Finney's Craft House on Lower State. So it's still a 1-run ball game. Good work defensively from Shea Went and the Sturs to keep it that way in the top half of this inning. It's TJ Pompey to lead things off, the right-handed hitter. Here's the first pitch. Pushed foul over the first base dugout for strike number 1.
Zonio still going strong here into the 5th inning. Not a lot of blemishes to his scorecard so far.
Yeah, and for Damazonio, struck out 5, only allowed 2 hits, only walked 1. He's ahead, 0-1 on Pompey. And he takes a slider in the zone, 0-2 for TJ.
TJ with a great first at bat, a double down the left field line. Now down 0-2, needing to protect.
Jacob Coase and Jackson Freeman to follow. The 0-2 pitch, lifted right side towards the Foresters bullpen, but it's out of play. Remains 0-2. He did have the first hit of the ball game for the Sturs. That was in the 3rd, the double, as you mentioned, Aiden. Here's the 0-2 pitch, now to TJ. And the slider, great take, misses away for ball 1.
You know when you're locked in, when you're taking that pitch that's just slightly outside. Very tough pitch to lay off, but Pompey able to do so.
Here's 1-2 offering, and TJ sees a ball in, and fraction maybe high. Even up the count, 2-2.
Great at bat, now a chance for a walk or a knock to get Foresters a base runner.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that ball's in the dirt. Full count. What an effort from TJ to work it full. Jacob Coase to follow. John Damazonio comes set on the hill. The pitch to Pompey. And TJ takes strike 3. He thought he had first base. Instead, he goes down looking, and Damazonio has his 6th strikeout.
Sponsored by Howard and Trish Cantor. Please welcome the left fielder, number 50.
And this strike zone has been fairly big all game long. Both sides with a little bit of groans, but just not a lot of offense overall.
Here's Jacob Coase. And he sees an off-speed pitch, outer half of the zone for a strike. 0-1 with the bases clear. Bottom half of the fifth, the Blues lead 1-0 over the Sturs. The 0-1 pitch, and Jacob, he went around for strike 2. On the cutter from Damazonio.
Will be interesting to see if manager Pintard has any additional moving parts and a pinch hit opportunity as this game goes on.
The 0-2 pitch, and Coes lines this one sharply hit, but foul down the left field line towards the bullpen for the Blues, and he stays alive, 0-2. Another lefty waits on deck, Jackson Freeman. The only 2 lefties in the lineup this afternoon for the manager for the Foresters. One away, base is clear. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Coes lines this one sharply hit, and that ball is past the second baseman into right field for a 1-out knock.
That's a big confidence booster for Jacob Coes and the entire Foresters team. A single to right field that's hard hit, down 0-2 in the count. Chance to build off of it.
Coes has reached base for the second time today, a walk and now a single. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Sturs. This brings up the 9-hole hitter, another lefty, Jackson Freeman, in his debut this summer for Bill Pintard in Santa Barbara. 1 aboard, 1 away. Looks like the runner might go, but the first pitch to Freeman, up and out of play. Left of home plate for strike 1.
You know, Hunter, it was a bluff from Jacob Coes attempting to steal to second base, but it looked like it would have been an amazing jump if he just kept on running.
He's still at first. Damazonio on the 0-1, and this time the runner does indeed go. It's a great throw from the catcher, sliding in second. They got him. Jacob Coes looked like he slid in pretty heavily into second base. He's thrown out for the 2nd out of the inning.
Face full of dirt from Jacob Coes, and that time around, not as good of a jump, but a chance that the Foresters are willing to take when your offense has been stagnant. How can you manufacture a run getting into scoring position?
Now 2 gone, 0-2 for Jackson Freeman. Freeman pops it up over home plate and out of play behind us. And that's the thing, still with the Foresters offensively, still trying to find their groove. Pitching has been phenomenal. One ball and 2 strikes for the 9-hole hitter. Damazonio comes set, 1-2 pitch. And the breaking ball got Freeman looking. So Damazonio strikes out 2, but he only has to face 3 here in the 5th. We head to the 6th. The Blues on top 1-0, still over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the top half of the 6th inning while Braden Mondu lead things up. Brendan Comerford and Parker Goff also do up. Mache Went remaining on the hill. Here's the first pitch. And that bounces in and away. Ball number 1 to Braden Mondu, who's 0 for 2 today.
You can feel kind of just the quiet vibe of this game as a whole. Not a lot of excitement.
The 1-0 pitch, and this ball just tapped foul down the first baseline for strike number 1 for Braden Mondu. And in terms of looking at what both teams have done for the SLO Blues, they put up a run in the third. They had a couple base runners, had 2 knocks in that third inning, but besides that, a few scattered hits for the Foresters through 5. And the 1-1 delivery, and Mondu, the leadoff man, takes a fastball strike, 1-2.
Great fastball on the outside corner. Getting ahead.
The 1-2 offering. And Mondu just taps it foul on the slider, it looked like, from Shea Went. Stays alive, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you see Ryan Taman in the squad nodding his head of approval of that curveball. Really good pitch in a good spot. But a good fight.
Mondu today struck out in the second. And sees a 1-2 pitch on a breaking ball, grounds this one, and Klepsch, the third baseman, cuts it off, and the throw over to first in time. Like TJ Pompey was backing him up, but the third baseman gets there, and the throw in time to retire. Braden Mondu, 1 away, top of the 6th.
Foresters have been slick fielding in these first 2 games, and now into the third. Minimal defensive miscues.
This will bring up Brendan Comerford. First pitch, and this one's chopped and over to third base again. Here's Addison Klepsch. And the throw over in time and dug up just a fraction. Smaldino at first. 1 pitch and the second out in the 6th inning for Shea Went and company.
Klepsch getting in on the action. The first 2 outs of this inning.
Yes, sir.
And a nice pick on the back end by Smaldino. Staying low. Making the play.
This is going to bring up the catcher. 2 gone, bases clear. Pair of groundouts to third in this inning. Parker Goff is 1 for 2 today. The delivery from Went. This ball is chopped. This one is up the middle into center field, and Drew Markle is there to pick it up. But the 2-out knock for Parker Goff, and he has his second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, the ball was hit hard right up the middle. Looking for a fastball early in the count. Got exactly that and hammered it.
This is going to bring up the third baseman, Sebastian Lopez. And at first base with 2 gone, top of the 6th, the Blues still lead by a single run. The pitch, and Lopez takes it down low, ball 1. Lopez 0 for 2, strikeout in the second, and the 4th. Went still moving quick on the hill. 1-0 pitch. Lopez takes it down low and a great keep again from Taman. We've seen that throughout this game from Ryan Taman.
And interesting, too, setting up on one knee with the runner on base. Sometimes that's subject for getting ran on, but a nice block, staying low, and not letting the ball get to the backstop.
2 gone, man at first, the 2-0 pitch, and that fastball finds the outer half of the plate. 2-1.
Little 2-0 get me over fastball, but still locates it very nicely on the outer half.
In the top half of the 6th inning with 2 gone, man at first. Went the 2-1 pitch, and Lopez taps it foul towards the third base on deck circle. Actually picked up by Sam Ardois. But it's 2-2.
Situationally, this could either be same sort of fastball at the knees or rise it, and then you also have that curveball. Put the batter away.
2 gone, the 2-2 pitch. And Lopez down on strike. Swing and a miss, and Shea Went has his 3rd strikeout. Great stuff from Shea. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Foresters trail by a run. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. We'll have our first pitching change today for the SLO Blues. Day done for John DiMazzonio. Be Eddie Tierney now entering the ball game for the Blues. And for John DiMazzonio, the starting pitcher, going 5, giving up 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and struck out 7 of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
And Tierney, very funky sidearm delivery. That fastball is a natural sinking action. Very difficult to pick up for these first couple at-bats, I would imagine.
There's Drew Markle, and sees that sidearm action in there for a strike. It's going to be Markle, Kennedy, and Klepsch. Top of the order to face Tierney. Quickly ahead, nothing and 1, and the delivery to Drew. And Drew sees a ball away, 1-1.
Drew Markle, with the speed he possesses, being able to get on base, then swipe a bag, will be crucial.
1-1 pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike for Markle, who's 0 for 2 today. Ground out to second, ground out to short. For the Sturs, currently trailing by a run, bottom half of the 6th. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Markle taps it behind home plate just to the right of it, 2-2. So Eddie Tierney, first man out of the bullpen today for the Blues. Looking back to last game when the Sturs took on SLO. 3 total pitchers used for the Blues back on the 8th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Markle sees one inside. That sidearm action started on body on Markle and worked its way in. Missed the zone, but full count.
Trying to stay disciplined here with the full count.
Leadoff man sees a payoff pitch, and Markle sends one right back to the hill. Great grab from the pitcher, and the throw in time. Markle grounds out 1-3 to start off the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, D. Kennedy.
That's going to bring up second baseman D. Kennedy. Base is clear, 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Sturs trail by a runs, 1-0. Tierney, the first pitch, missing away to D, ball 1.
Kennedy also looking for that hit. The top of the order hasn't had a ton of success these first couple of games.
1-0 pitch, and the fastball missing high for ball 2. For D today, he's got a strikeout in the first, fly out into right back in the 3rd. And when you look at the men getting on base, they've had 4 base runners today. Dominic Smaldino, the cleanup man, then the 7 and 8 hole hitters have gotten on base 3 times as the 2-0 pitch to D in there for a strike, 2-1.
Seems like Kennedy's another one of those guys. If he just sees a hit, get through, will change the mindset, reset the mechanism, and get him back on track.
2-1 pitch to D, and this ball is popped way up and going foul. Got a little under it for Kennedy. Long strike number 2.
A little bit of hang on that slider coming from the sidearm delivery. Kennedy unable to barrel it, but a good swing.
Eddie Tierney shakes off a couple. One away, base clear, the 2-2 pitch. And Kennedy the other way, going back the right fielder, Jariah Lewis in the outfield lawn, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Eddie Tierney. That's going to bring up Addison Klepsch.
Now batting third baseman, Addison Klepsch.
Now it's Klepsch, and he simply has been that spark plug.
And the first pitch to Klepsch, missing low. Ball 1. What he did yesterday in a pinch hit situation, his first AB. Got an RBI double in the 8th inning. It's critical for the Sturs in that last game. Sees a 1-0 in the middle of the strike zone. Ball and strike.
And another opportunity here with 2 outs in the 6th where he can be that guy that gets the momentum going.
One of the youngest guys on the roster, just recently graduated from high school. 2 gone, the 1-1 pitch, and Klepsch sees a ball low. Great take on the delivery from Tierney.
For being such a young hitter, very poised approach. It seems like he always has a plan when he steps into the batter's box.
The 2-1. This ball goes back off the catcher, Parker Goff, strike 2. Goff's okay. And for Addison today, he had a ground out in the first and a strikeout in the 4th, but of course, the first time facing Eddie Tierney, who retired the first 2 batters he has faced. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Klepsch, he gets hit on the backside, and he will get first base.
The base runner is a base runner nonetheless. Sometimes that's all it takes. And now, Dominic Smaldino with his power possessing the go-ahead run at the plate.
And that hit by pitch, sponsored by Alta Orthopedic.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
Check back to the first baseman. Comerford, and Klepsch slides back in. And Smaldino, the big man, in the cleanup spot, 1 for 2 today. It's a 1-run ball game. Here's the first pitch. And a check swing. That ball is fair down the first base line. Unlucky for Smaldino. Tried to check his swing. That ball tapped foul down that first base line. And that is how the inning will come to a close. We go to the 7th. Blues still on top by a run.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We head to the top half of the 7th, and the SLO Blues still on top 1-0 over the Sturs. The 9-1 two hitters due up to face a brand new pitcher for the Sturs. Diego Ramos will make his debut for the Foresters this season. He'll face the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Blues. Sam Ardois to lead things off for SLO. And the first pitch, looking to lay down a bunt, pulls it back but takes a strike.
Diego Ramos out of Arkansas. 69th right-handed pitcher in the class of 2023. Another great arm for the Sturs.
Season 0-1 pitch, and this ball is lined over the head of Smaldino. That is a base hit in the right field. Jackson Freeman tracks it down, try to get to second base as Ardois, and he will get all the way into second base. A leadoff double for the Blues here in the top half of the 7th.
A little inside-out swing down the right field line. Great job by Freeman to cut that off, because if not, that's a stand-up triple. So prevented an extra base.
So Sam Ardois will reach base for the first time today at second. That brings around the top of the order for Diego Ramos. For him, it's really a 2 in his arsenal, sinker-slider duo. It's Ethan Royal, who is 2 for 3 today. Here's the first pitch, and this ball is lined into center field. Going back is Drew Markle, and makes the catch. And a good cannon from him to keep the runner at bay at second. But 1 away in the top of the 7th.
Markle didn't even have to move out there. Good defensive positioning right at him.
That's going to bring up Max Lane. And Lane is 1 for 3, and he was responsible for driving in the lone run of the ballgame. Had an RBI double in the 3rd, which ended up scoring Ethan Royal, who was at second, but this time he's got Sam Ardois at second base. Here's the pitch, and Ramos delivers a strike to Max Lane, 0-1.
You know, and Hunter, we have a really good view right behind home plate of that pitch, but it has so much sinking action, starting at the belt and just darting downward at the last second.
Here's the 0-1. Now make it 0-2. Fantastic delivery from Ramos after giving up the double.
Takes a lot to settle in after giving up an extra base hit. Staying composed.
1 away, man at second. The 0-2 pitch, and Lane sees the ball in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Jariah Lewis awaits on deck. Bats out of the 3 spot. But still only in this 1-run ball game. Somehow the Blues are able to push in another run. Make a huge difference late in this ball game. Ramos coming set. The 1-2 pitch. And Lane sees a ball away. 2-2.
Had a lot of success with that sinker on the inner half. Could go back to that.
Last pitch slider missing away. He steps off on the hill. D. Kennedy was moving in the second baseman. Keep tabs on Sam Ardois, who had the leadoff double. To look into Ryan Taman, the catcher. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Lane sees a ball away, full count.
That's one of those where if Taman's set up on the outside corner, he might get it. But reaching across his body, the umpire doesn't call it a strike.
On deck, Jariah Lewis. 1 away, man at second base. It's a 1-run ball game, top half of the 7th. Payoff pitch, and a swing and a miss. Fantastic work from Ramos to get the second out of the inning.
That's the sinker that we talked about, right back to it. 3-2, a count where he has to come into the strike zone. Throws a pearl of a pitch at the knees.
And has done well, giving up that leadoff double. Sat down Royal and Lane and brings up 3-spot hitter, Jariah Lewis. Bats from the left side. He's 0 for 1 today, but he has been hit and also worked a walk. The pitch, and Lewis takes a sinker in for a strike. 0-1.
Taman got crossed up there. You saw the glove come off. Looked like he was anticipating an off-speed pitch and ended up getting that sinker.
And for these two teams, mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but only the second of 8 meetings between the Blues and the Sturs. Will be playing again later on this week. On Friday, the Sturs on the road tomorrow down at Cal Lutheran. Off day Thursday, then back in action. 2 games at home this weekend, so be sure to come on out. Support the Sturs. The 1-0 pitch, missing away in Taman. He's able to keep it in front of him. 1-1, Jariah Lewis. terms of pitching, seen Shea Went. He's listed in long relief. Diego Ramos as a bridge. Possibly Jake Fields or Will Rogers later on in the ball game. But the 1-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. There's that sinker to Lewis, 1-2.
Just an amazing pitch. And the thing with the sinker, aside from a traditional four-seam or two-seam fastballs, it's very hard to barrel up. When it's thrown correctly, hard to get hard contact off of it.
With 2 gone, top half of the 7th. Still a man at second base, and man try to get him picked off at second. He slides back in. It's Sam Artois who had the leadoff double, sliding back into second safely.
With Ramos being a new arm, those pickoff moves may be a little uncomfortable during his first outing.
The 1-2 pitch, and that sinker missing high, ball 2. The lone run of the ball game coming in the 3rd. The Blues pushed it in. RBI double from Max Lane. Got a man at second. 2 gone, the 2-2 pitch, and Lewis up and out of play behind home plate. Actually, just over the third base dugout. Here at Eddie Matthews Field, different setting up, surroundings compared to the last couple seasons for the Sturs, not Pershing Park, but here at Santa Barbara High School. Appreciate the school district and the high school letting the Sturs play here this season. But with 2 gone, top half of the 7th in this 1-run game. Diego Ramos in his first inning of work. Give up the leadoff double and the 2-2 pitch, and Jariah Lewis sees a ball away, full count. The DH in the cleanup spot, Cooper Witten, stands on deck.
Continue to reiterate it, but that sinker has been so good. Might go back to it here.
Payoff pitch, and he did. Swing and a miss, and worked around the lead-off double, sat down the next 3 in order, and well done from Diego Ramos, but it's stretch time here in Santa Barbara. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Blues on top by a run. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Will Rogers, Ryan Taman, TJ Pompey due up for the Sturs. Here's a first pitch from Eddie Turney. Swung on and fell back behind the home plate. Strike number 1 for Will Rogers.
As we get into these late innings, the Foresters have been tasked with being ahead and just maintaining the lead. Kind of a different story here. How can you come back?
The 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. That sidearm delivery from Eddie Turney. That slider working away from Rogers. 0-2.
And I hit on it a little bit, Hunter, but when does manager Bill Pintard go to the bench? He has Johnny Rodriguez scheduled on deck now.
0-2 pitch and check swing and check down the first base. Did Rogers go? He did not. Ball 1. So we have the pinch hitter on deck, Rodriguez, to pinch hit for Ryan Taman. But the leadoff man, Will Rogers, down the count. Ball and 2 strikes. Eddie Tierney coming set. And the delivery to Rogers. And Will takes a ball in. and a fraction low, 2-2.
Really good take there, down to the count 1-2. Will Rogers just looking to muster a base hit.
It's a 1-run ball game. The 2-2 pitch, and Rogers stays alive, taps it behind home plate. We do it again. For Will today, a strikeout looking in the second, a fly out into right. First time that he'll face the side armor, Eddie Tierney today. 2-2 pitch, and Rogers stays alive again, pushes it above the first base dugout. Still 2-2.
This is a really good fight from Will Rogers. Good sign to come, and the longer you go in an at-bat, Hunter, higher chance of a mistake over the middle.
Absolutely, and Rogers about to see a 2-2 pitch, and Rogers fouls it off again over the first base dugout. What a plate appearance from him right here.
Another thing to note, being able to get on base after working this long of an at-bat, huge confidence, momentum booster for the entire team.
And it's Rogers, of course, right now on deck. Rodriguez to follow him, TJ Pompey. The 2-2, and this one is lined into left, but coming out under it is Max Lane, and he will make the catch in the middle of the left field grass. 1 away.
Sponsored by Doug Scott of the
Good solid swing there on the slider, but kind of caught it off the end of the bat. Good AB, though, to start the inning, even though it resulted in an out.
Now batting for the Foresters, number 33, Johnny Rodriguez.
We're going to have the pinch hitter for Ryan Taman, Johnny Rodriguez. To hit for the first time today, left-handed batter. Stands in with the bases clear. 1 away, the pitch. And Johnny takes a strike down the middle on a heater. 0-1.
Johnny's been amazing so far this season. Back to the first game against the SLO Blues, that RBI double that kind of catapulted that victory.
0-1 pitch, missing well away. To even up the count, 1-1. Rodriguez yesterday batted out of the 3 spot. I should say 2 days ago, the last game that they played against the Pirates. Went 1 for 3. Now see a 1-1 pitch. And Rodriguez chops this one and this gets past the second baseman for a base hit into right field. And Rodriguez, what an effort from him. Pinch hitting off the bench, gets the knock.
Stay hot, Johnny Rodriguez. Great start to this summer campaign. And now you hand it over to Pompey, who started the rally earlier.
Welcome to shortstop number 5.
Great chance now for the Foresters. You feel the energy starting to pick up, Hunter.
And for TJ Pompey, you said it, he had the leadoff double in the third, ended up stranded at third base. Trying to work around Rodriguez on the bases with 1 away, bottom of the 7th, the first pitch. And Pompey takes a strike.
That had a little bit of hang to it, but he was sitting on the fastball, so ended up taking it.
Already lead from Rodriguez at first. The pitch, missing away, and check back from Goff. Keeping the runner at bay at first. No throw over down the first base line, but it's 1-1 for TJ Pompey. Pompey after that double had a strikeout, but the 1-1 pitch, Pompey sees it in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
Great at-bat from TJ Pompey. Ahead 1-0, nowhere to put him. Could get a really good pitch to hit.
It's a 1-run ball game. Sturs trail. The 2-1 pitch, and this one is lined into left center field. That ball will get down. Rodriguez will hold up at second base. 2 consecutive knocks for the Sturs, and they are in business in the bottom half of the 7th.
Amazing job from Pompey, taking that slider on the outside corner and pulling it. He was actually early and ended up flipping it over the shortstop's head. Good read also on the bases by Johnny Rodriguez. He saw the ball in front of him, decided to hold up. And the line just keeps on moving for the Sturs.
This brings in Jacob Coase. He's reached base twice today, a walk and a single. 2 consecutive hits for the Sturs in business. Here's the pitch. Coase takes it down the middle. Now a visit to the mound for Goff, the catcher. Talk with Eddie Tierney. And this is the first chance, really, Aiden, that we felt all game long where the Sturs had some momentum, and the second time that they've had 2 base runners.
It feels like the tide is starting to turn, and I think that's what that mound visit was about, too. Some strategical stuff in order to keep the runners from not getting too big of leads and making sure they're executing their pitches.
One away, two aboard. The 0-1 pitch. Coe sees a ball in the dirt. Good keep from Goff with Rodriguez at second. Pompey at first base. Ball and strike, and Eddie Tierney had that visit with his catcher. Here's the 1-1. That one's down the middle on the fastball. 2 balls, 1 ball, and 2 strikes now for Jacob Coase.
Looked like a good pitch to hit there, but ends up holding off. Now down 1-2. Base hit ties this game.
Eddie Tierney coming set. 1-2 pitch, and this ball is turned to the first baseman. Comerford scoops it up, likes to go to second base, but the umpire saying that ball touched foul.
And it was off of his foot pretty clearly from our angle. But usually in that situation, you see the batter sell it a little more. He kind of just skipped down to first base, but the ump ended up seeing it.
So off his foot, we'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes, looking for a base hit. It's the 1-run ball game. The pitch. And this ball is up the middle. This might be 2. The shortstop scoops up. There's one at second base. Over to first in time to turn a double play. The 6-4-3 turned by the Blues gets out of the inning, and the Foresters unable to capitalize, and we are headed to the 8th inning here from Santa Barbara. Blues still on top by a run.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the top of the 8th inning. A couple changes now being made by the Sturs after the pinch hit by Johnny Rodriguez. He enters now in defensively at first base, and now entering the catch when Rodriguez hit for Ryan Taman is Nick Sanders, so he is now behind the dish. Diego Ramos remains on the hill. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Blues. 1-run ball game in the 8th. First pitch, that's in there for a strike to Cooper Witten. Nothing in 1.
Slider to start the count. Ramos has been great so far, along with all of the Foresters pitching.
So the leadoff man, the 0-1 pitch, and this ball is turned, and that ball is fair down the left field line. Over there's Jacob Coase, and he will scoop it up, but it's a leadoff knock for the SLO Blues, and Cooper Witten reaches for the 2nd time today with his first knock.
Looks like that pitch just stayed a little too up. He was able to put a nice barrel on it.
It's going to bring it Braden Mondu, shortstop. He struck out in the 2nd, ground into a fielder's choice in the 3rd, and grounded out the 3rd in the 6th. A leadoff man aboard for the Blues in this 1-run ball game. Top of the 8th. The pitch, And that misses away on the slider from Ramos. Ball 1.
And if you are the slow Blues hunter, you do want Mondu up here in this situation, being the best hitter coming into this game. 0 for 3, due for a hit.
Man who plays for BYU sees a 1-0 pitch, and that misses in. Ball number 2.
Got to come in now. Can't risk walking another batter.
Big pitch coming up after the leadoff single by Cooper Witten, the DH. Here's a 2-0, and that slider misses away. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Braden Mondu. Brendan Comerford awaits on deck for the Blues. Blues only playing in their second CCL game of the year. 11th game overall. It's a 1-run lead for the road team. Here's a 3-0 pitch, and that misses high. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the shortstop, Braden Mondu, and that puts 2 aboard with no out here in the top half of the 8th.
First baseman number 10, Brendan
Sanders is going to go have a conversation with Ramos now. Got to stay calm in this situation. Game defining here in the top of the 8th. The pitching coach will go join them.
Here comes Ryan Kramer. First visit to the hill all day long for the Sturs. In terms of pitching now for Santa Barbara, on the back end they had Jake Fields and also possibly Will Rogers. Rogers likely in the 9th inning situation.
And then on Saturday, the Arroyo Seco Saints make their first visit of the summer.
But for the Sturs here this afternoon, we had some clear skies early on in the day. We've seen some cloud cover move in. Cooled off just a little bit. It was low 70s to start the ball game.
Get all the information you need about the Foresters in our schedule, stats, roster, the whole Magilla at sbforesters.org.
Conference completed on the hill with Ryan Kramer, the pitching coach. That's going to bring up Brendan Comerford, 0 for 3 today, but an opportunity here for the Blues, looking for insurance runs in the top half of the 8th inning. Diego Ramos looking to dig deep, showing bunt now for Comerford. Electing to go to the first baseman. It's picked up. They get 1 and over to first base. They're able to turn 2. Look at that, 1-6-4.
That is beautiful, and I just want to highlight D. Kennedy on that play, going over to cover first base, sensing that Johnny Rodriguez wouldn't be able to get back in time. All around, a huge double play for the Foresters.
On the force out, Braden Mondu at second at base for the first out. On the 3-6-4 double play. Critical first and second out. Cooper Witten over to third base. That's going to bring up Parker Goff. He's 2 for 3 today. Ramos all of a sudden with 2 out. Here's the pitch. Turned on up and out of play. That's strike number 1 to Parker Goff. So, slow Blues were threatening. 2 base runners with no outs. The double play turned. Still a man at third base, top half of the 8th. It's a 1-run ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Goff. He sends it up now, play over the first base dugout, strike 2.
It's a great sinker in on the hands, getting ahead 0-2. Now is the freedom to use that slider or go back inside.
The Sturs.
And out here, Hunter would just change the momentum completely. Give the Foresters a lot of hope in this one.
Coming set on the hill, Ramos. 2 gone, the 0-2 pitch, missing high. There's ball number 1 to Goff. Still only 1 and 2. Maybe that slider here for Ramos. The man at third base trying to keep it a 1-run ball game. The 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up for the Sturs. Bottom half of this 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch. And Goff lines it in right center field. Going back is Jackson Freeman and unable to make the catch in the gap. A run will score. Going to third base. And sliding in. Did they say they got him at the bag? They did. A run will score, but going all the way to third base on the throw from the outfield to get the 3rd out. But a run will come around to score for the Blues. We are going to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up for the Sturs.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community
We go to the bottom half of this inning. Jackson Freeman leads things off. The first pitch, swing and a miss. That is strike number 1 to the 9-hole hitter, Jackson Freeman. And for Freeman, leading things off, it's a 2-run ball game. Diego Ramos remains, check that, Eddie Tierney remains on the hill. And the second pitch, on the heater. Big swing, 0-2 now for Jackson Freeman. Leadoff man at a 0-2 count. The delivery from Tierney and called strike 3, and Jackson Freeman, he is down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Eddie Tierney.
Back to the top of the order for the
Great
Foresters,
pitch there.
sponsored by Mission Linen.
0-2
Please welcome the center fielder,
at the
number
knees
4,
again, and Eddie Tierney's been able to expand that strike zone with his variety of pitches, that funky delivery. Foresters, no success on offense.
They had that great defensive plays in the last, I should say, the top half of this inning, that double play. Bases clear, 1 out. Here's Drew Markle swinging a miss on the first pitch. The slider from Eddie Tierney. 0-1. Markle today, 3 ground outs. He's 0 for 3. Trying to get on base. The 0-1 pitch. And Drew sees it in the dirt. 1-1.
Drew Markle looking for a hit, only 1 on the season. And he's had a couple infield ground outs where he almost beat him out, but looking to reach base.
On the 1-1 pitch, on a breaking ball, it's popped up right side the first baseman, Brendan Comerford. Looks to get under it, and does. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. It is a 2-run ball game after the SLO Blues put up an extra run in the top half of this 8th inning. The RBI double, and trying to stretch it to a triple was Parker Goff. Scored Cooper Witten. And we'll have a pinch hitter coming up now for the Sturs with 2 gone in the 8th. Jack Bollinger will now stand in for the first time to pinch hit D. Kennedy.
Jack Bollinger, sponsored by Rick Wilson.
So here's Bollinger, first pitch. That misses low from Eddie Tierney. Ball 1.
Manager Bill Pintard goes to the lefty here. Not a ton of the right-handed hitters in this Foresters lineup have had success with barreling up that sidearm delivery, getting a different look now in the lineup.
Only 2 lefties in the lineup card today for Bill Pintard and the Sturs, both the 8- and 9-hole hitters. Well, extra pine tar on the twig for Bollinger. Here's the 1-0 offering. And this ball fouled off his leg. Be strike number 1. 2 gone in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Sturs got 4 outs to play with here in this ball game, trailing by 2 runs. It was a big extra run that the SLO Blues put up in the top half this inning, Aiden. The 1-1. And Bollinger sees a ball away. 2 balls and a strike.
It feels like any offensive momentum that the Foresters have gotten has not been sustainable. The timely hitting just hasn't been there today.
Bollinger sees a 2-1, and that is strike 2 down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, there is a lot of difficulties when you see a team a few days ago coming in and kind of replicating that same success. But the Foresters looking for some late life.
2-2 pitch, and Bollinger gets rung up, called strike 3. And it's just a 1-2-3 inning for Eddie Turney, and we are going to be headed to the 9th here from Santa Barbara. Lopez, Ardois, and Royal coming up for the Blues.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the 9th inning, and it is a 1-run ball game here in Santa Barbara. We'll have a new pitcher coming in for the Stars. It is Jake Fields, now entering the right-handed pitcher. Will face 3, 4, and 5. Check that 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Blues.
Yeah, we saw Fields make an appearance just a few days ago against the SLO Blues. It's part of that victory. It
was actually
the bullpen effort.
That picture of record as well for Fields in first game of the season for the Stars. Here's the first pitch now. Sebastian Lopez popped up right side of the shortstop, Jack Bollinger, and the shortstop all getting under it. But it is Bollinger, the second baseman, to make the squeeze, who pinch hit in the top half. In the last inning for D. Kennedy, and at second base makes the squeeze, 1 away in the top of the 9th.
Great start there for Fields, getting ahead with the fastball and gets a pop-up to start the inning.
It's going to bring up Sam Ardois. 1 for 3 today with the double and the last time he stood in. But well done from Jake Fields. 1 away. Here's the first pitch. That one's down the middle on a heater. 0-1. And for the Stars, put up another 0. Top half of this inning, they're going to have Klepsch, Sanders, and Rogers due up at the bottom half of this inning. Base is clear, 1 away. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ardois. Fights it off foul over the first base dugout for strike number 2.
0-2 now. Seems like Fields has really been working with that fastball, but an opportunity to expand.
He's looking to go quick on the hill. Coming set, the 0-2 pitch. the delivery, and Ardois turns away from it, nearly clipped. It'll be ball one.
I don't know how he got out of the way of that one, Hunter.
Somehow, Ardois twirls away from it. Ethan Royal, top of the order, awaits on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ardois. Ardois swing and miss and fields with the heater, gets his first K.
That's really good. Fastball. 1-2 count. And traditionally, you see off speed when you're ahead, but took advantage of maybe that extra moment that the batter's thinking and just powered a fastball right by him.
So with 2 gone, bases clear, top half of the ninth, the Blues on top 2-0. First pitch to Royal. Sees a fastball, inner half of the zone for strike 1.
Just in case we go to extra innings or Fields can't get out of this, Zarodnik getting loose down there in the bullpen, the left-hander.
Saw him toss last game for the Sturs. The 0-1 pitch. And Royal takes strike 2 and Fields. Well done on an off-speed pitch. Gets ahead 0-2. So here in the top half of the ninth, it's a 2-run ball game. Fields trying to keep it that way going to the home half of this inning. The 0-2 pitch to Royal. And Royal swinging a miss on the heater high in the zone. And what an effort from Jake Fields. A 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the ninth and strikes out 2. We go to the bottom half of the ninth. Klepsch, Sanders, Rogers due up when we return.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We go to the bottom half of the ninth from Santa Barbara High School. The Foresters trail by 2 runs. Heart of the order coming up, and Addison Klepsch will lead things off.
Klepsch trying to do whatever he can to get this Foresters offense going. 2 runs to tie it and send us to extras, 3 to win.
Eddie Tierney remains on the bump. First pitch to Klepsch. And a big swing and a miss, looking to cut that deficit in half with that swing. Strike 1.
Yeah, that was big time hack 0-0, trying to do damage.
The 0-1 pitch, and Klepsch, slider away, 1-1.
Nick Jackson waiting in the wings on deck. First at bat of the game.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Klepsch has a check swing, but it goes foul down that first baseline into the Foresters bullpen. And for Klepsch today, he had a ground out on the first strikeout. In the second, he was hit last time up. Second time facing Eddie Tierney. He's down the count 1-2. Sturs have 3 outs to work with, trailing by 2. The pitch and the 1-2. Great take, just missing away, 2-2.
That's a really good take, 1-2. The natural sink with that sidearm delivery, and he's able to lay off.
Tierney winds up the 2-2. And Klepsch skies it into right. Out there is Jariah Lewis, gets under it, and is able to make the catch for the first out in the ninth. Down by 2. The Sturs need a base runner and try to bring the tying run to the plate. Here is Nick Sanders, who entered the spot for Dominic Smaldino after Rodriguez hit for Ryan Taman, the catcher. Sanders came in to catch. Now stands in for his first AB of the ball game. First pitch, and Nick takes a ball. I should say a ball breaking into the zone. 0-1.
Jackson, great power to all fields.
At the 0-1 pitch. That misses low. 1-1.
Watching Nick Sanders, take batting practice. Very, very impressive, being able to spray it wherever he wants.
The 1-1. And Sanders spits on it. Misses low in the count. Misses low. 2-1 the count now. Waiting on deck is Will Rogers. Foresters need some base runners with one away in the 9th. 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. That bender from Turney, that sidearm. 2-2. That pitch with that sidearm, it's crazy how much it moves laterally.
Very tough to see out of the hand. And once you do see it, it's too late.
Here's the 2-2. And Sanders lines this one into the gap in left center field. Nick rounds first base, going to second. And Nick Sanders, a big-time double, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 9th.
That's one of the best swings of the bat all day long, Hunter. Got the slider up in the zone, barrels it to left center field, and I talked about the power. That's it right there.
This brings up the DH, Rogers, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 9th. And Eddie Tierney now under pressure on the hill. Sanders, big-time double now at second. First pitch, check swing, and therefore a strike to Will Rogers, 0-1. The Sturs have the tying run at the plate. The Blues lead 2-0 bottom of the 9th. Tierney coming set. 0-1 pitch. And Rogers into center field, lifted. That ball will get down. Runners will be on the corners with one out, and that will bring the winning run to the plate.
And it's Johnny Rodriguez, who we talked about his last at-bat. He chopped a base hit through the 3-4 hole. He has that power to go and win a game with one big swing at the bat. He's the guy you want up in this sort of situation, left versus right, and a chance to change this game.
Now Bill Pintard appears at the first base dugout to talk with Johnny about the approach here, and also the coach and staff or the SLO Blues out to the hill. So regardless, with one out here in the bottom of the 9th, it's a 2-run ball game. Nick Sanders is at third. Will Rogers now at first. 2 consecutive knocks for the Sturs. Now Johnny Rodriguez trying to bring in at least 1 run here. The tying run at first base. All of the conferences completed. Manager Pintard to Rodriguez. Coach and staff for the Blues.
A base hit goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Just getting that tying run into scoring position.
TJ Pompey is also on deck. Runners on the corners. Tying run at first. First pitch. Rodriguez chops it over to second base. There's 1 at second. Will it be 2? Yes, it will be. The double play to end the ball game for the Blues. The 4-6-3, and the Blues win 2-0.
Foresters, interns and staff are working so hard during the game today. Thanks to you fans for being a part of Foresters baseball.
Well, Aiden, Foresters had some push late in this ball game, will end up coming up short.
Yeah, it's a frustrating loss if you're the Foresters when you get that sort of effort from the starting pitching. 14 strikeouts combined. It was flat out dominant on the bump, and then it's characterized by missed opportunities. You saw the Foresters a few times set the table and just couldn't finish the job. Is this something to build off of? Absolutely, but until the offense gets going, it's going to be hard to consistently win these low-scoring affairs.
The second time they've taken on the SLO Blues this season. They'll also face each other on Friday. I'll be looking forward to that one as well.
And I think that'll be a great contest because the first 2 games, 2-0, 2-0. Both teams taking each one respectively. Maybe you see an offensive outburst on Friday as these bats continue to see more live pitches, but the series so far has been about pitching and defense.
And the Foresters are going to be looking on the road tomorrow at Conejo Oaks down in Cowlithan. They'll have an off day on Thursday. Then, of course, the Blues back here on Friday. That sure should be a good one. Once again, the final score here from Santa Barbara. The SLO Blues take it 2-0 over the Foresters. So for all the crew behind the scenes here at Santa Barbara High School, and for Aiden O'Neill, I am Hunter Shoemaker saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow on the road and back here on Friday when the Foresters host the Blues. We'll see you then.